Welcome to Class with Skeul, where Black American history, news, and real issues are taught with clarity, structure, and purpose. This is not surface-level content. This is a timeline, a record, a correction. Every episode is built to teach what was done, what was fought for, and what was taken. From revolts to wars, from policy to resistance, we break it down so it can be understood, remembered, and never rewritten. Because history that isn't taught clearly can be distorted, and history that is distorted can be used against the people it belongs to. Here, we focus on accuracy, on connection, on truth. Not just to inform, but to preserve. Not just to explain, but to expose. Because this isn't just about the past. It's about understanding the present and recognizing what continues. Each video is part of a larger structure, so nothing is isolated and nothing is forgotten. Stay focused, stay aware, stay connected. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Isaiah 58:1.
Episode 13, Red Summer 1919, Part 1. The war ended, but the conflict didn't. In 1919, the United States entered a new phase, one shaped by tension, return, and reaction. Black veterans came home from World War I with something different: training, discipline, experience. They had fought overseas, but at home the system remained: segregation, limited opportunity, racial control. At the same time, the Great Migration was reshaping cities. Black Americans were moving north and west, entering industrial jobs, building communities, and changing the population. That shift created pressure, economic competition, social tension, fear of change. And across the country, that pressure began to break. Violence erupted in city after city: Washington, D.C., Chicago, Elaine, Arkansas. This period became known as the Red Summer. Not one event, but many. Coordinated outbreaks of conflict, often beginning with attacks on Black communities. But something was different this time: the response.
If you've made it this far, you're not just watching. You're following Black American warrior history in its full timeline. On Class with Skeul, every episode connects, showing resistance, strategy, and power across generations. If you're tapped in, support the channel. Hit like so more people see this. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Turn on the notification bell so you're there when it drops. And share this with someone who needs the full story, not just pieces. This isn't random content. It's a structured history. Stay locked in. The next episode goes deeper. Red Summer 1919, Part 2. In previous periods, resistance often meant escape, avoidance, survival. But in 1919, that began to shift. Black communities defended themselves, armed resistance, organized protection, not just reacting, but holding ground. In places like Chicago, conflict lasted for days. In Elaine, Arkansas, violence escalated into one of the deadliest events of the period. The system responded with force: arrests, trials, suppression. But the pattern had changed. The experience of war had altered the mindset. Veterans were no longer untrained. Communities were no longer isolated. The response became more structured, more direct, more visible. This moment represents something critical in the timeline: not just oppression, not just violence, but organized resistance within the country. A shift from survival to defense to confrontation. And that shift would carry forward. Because once resistance becomes organized, it doesn't disappear. It evolves into movements, into strategy, into the next phase of the fight. Watch
learn, and connect the pattern.
If you made it to the end, stay tapped in. Like this video so it reaches more people. Subscribe to Class with Skeul for the full timeline. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Drop a comment. What stood out, what should be added, and what you want covered next.